Hey, welcome to episode 32 of the podcast Life After Addiction Indictment. I'm your host, Steve Cloward, and today I want to talk to you about some of the things that really held me back for a really long time in my life, not only my relationships, but my business, really just every area of my life. And that is our belief system, limiting beliefs. After I came out of prison and after, a 14-year opiate addiction, I had a lot of things in my mind that definitely were holding me back and really stilling my confidence that I once had. And so, as I continued to try to work at finding my way through hiring coaches and consultants and different things and doing some work on my own, it took me some time, but as I've talked about so many times in other episodes, mindset is critical. And that's one of the biggest things. But I had to really find out, what are my beliefs? I feel like I have a good, solid core belief system as far as, the things I believe in that are right, wrong, that most people would be on the same page with. But truly, what is it that I believe in that isn't just something that I believe in because that's what I was exposed to growing up? Good examples would be my political beliefs or my religious beliefs. I grew up, as a Mormon kid, and I just went along with life and believed what I was shown and taught. And same thing goes with politics. Now, I don't want to get into those subjects because that's not really the point of this podcast. But I had to do my own research. I had to do my own thinking, because a lot of the belief system we have and the thoughts, are tied to those or that we continue to build on that reinforce those beliefs. And it's those belief systems we have that also affect how we respond to situations, not only how we feel physiologically or mentally, but how we respond verbally. And our belief systems have such an impact on us, that I truly believe from the research I've done that they have a huge impact on our health. If you have a lot of negativity and negative things, worry, stress, that's going to have a huge negative impact on health. So we must all challenge and take a look at our beliefs. What are they? Where did they come from? And are they truly things we believe in? Some of the things will require, obviously, research and require you to do your own digging to find truths in certain things. If you're looking for truths in religion, truths in what's going on in the world, truths in, anything, you'll have to do some digging to, learn about true history to find what appears to be truth then that'll affect the beliefs you have. Obviously, beliefs that can be substantiated by actual facts, that's a little different than just a belief. But most often, I believe we don't spend the time, do the research, do the digging to find truths. We just believe what we believe based on the things we've been exposed to, mainly growing up as kids. It's very important to find out, who are you? And, once you find out, who you are, then what do you believe? And then you can go to work and challenge those beliefs. Another big thing is, how well do you know yourself? And a huge key for me to break through and to start getting back that confidence that I had that allowed me to win and be successful. Because if you don't have confidence, you're dead in the water. It's entrepreneurship is already a tough enough journey, lots of peaks and valleys. But if you're lacking confidence, you're likely not going to take action, and you'll never succeed without taking action. That's a given. So who are you? And then truly the thing that, like I was saying, broke me through is I had to learn to love myself. love myself again. It's not that the things I went through and stuff, it's not that I had a bunch of guilt or shame and hated myself for it, but I don't know that I ever really had looked at that and realized whether I truly did love myself or not. It's just kind of one of those things like your beliefs. You just go along in life with with the beliefs that you have without ever looking at them or challenging them. And I'd gone through my life without ever taking a look at, man, who am I truly? What do I believe at my core, and what is the character and integrity, of Steve Cloward, and does he love himself? One of the biggest things you must do to love yourself is, no matter what the situation is, no matter guilty, not guilty, whatever the situation, mine, the addiction and all the wreckage and the hurt that I did to those around me and that I loved the most, particularly my wife. You have to be able to forgive yourself, because until you do that, you'll never break free. You can have other people that maybe don't forgive you, but you can't even worry about that, because frankly, that doesn't matter. And it really shouldn't hurt you, because it's only hurting them. So the power is learning to forgive yourself, and then knowing who you are enough that whatever other people think doesn't matter. Because I don't care who you are, and I'm guilty as anybody, and anybody that says they do not care at all about what other people think, my belief is that at least 99.9% of those people are lying. Because as human beings, we all look for approval, we want to be liked. And so we can't get hung up on that. But at times that definitely is something that we think about. There's certainly people that are definitely, it's not very often that they care what other people think. And you'll find that those people are usually pretty damn successful, because they don't allow the fear of what other people think hold them back. So that is a huge belief that we hang on to, and a worry that we have. We believe that it matters what other people think, and it doesn't. And I think that's one of Satan's biggest weapons, is for us to hang on to and care about what others thinks, because then we don't live our truth. We tend to hide some of the things. We don't speak out and stand in our truths because of fear of what people will say. One of the things that I want to hit on that I experienced, that I feel like I can definitely speak to without being hypocritical from a standpoint of not worrying what other people think, is my experience when I went to prison. I was very open and upfront and honest about the situation once I was indicted. I didn't hide from it. And frankly, I bring it up, pretty much when just instinct and gut tells me to. I don't do it all the time, but I do it sometimes with business partners, because I feel like that's important for them to know who I am, what I've been through. It's not so much what I've been through, but something like that from a business/partnership standpoint, that is important. So that may not be the best example. I actually had a situation just Monday. It's Wednesday today, the 21st of July, 2021. But Monday I had to fill out some paperwork for one of my businesses, and, required ownership and things like that. Actually, it was Friday I filled it out. And then Monday, the area sales manager for that company reached out, wanted to get together for lunch on Tuesday, which was yesterday. And so my mind started to think, well, I wonder if it's because he wants to tell me maybe they're not approving us for some of the things that we're looking to get approved for, to represent, to have my affiliate sell. And so I just flat out responded to his email, said, yeah, lunch would be great. Hey, just real quick, I wanted to clarify the situation, that I went through, something I have no problem with. But if this has anything to do with holding up the approval process, let me know. But I was charged with a felony. We can discuss it at lunch on Wednesday or on Tuesday, but it's something that took place and I got nothing to hide. And if they flat out don't approve people or businesses, if one of the principal has a felony, no problem, just let me know. I typically, frankly, don't list myself as owner ever, for not because I hide it, because there's other issues that I won't talk about here that just make it to where, I just don't own things. And it has to do with federal government and restitution issues. But we won't go there because I could go off on the federal government for hours and hours. Could have done that a long time ago because of the experience I had when I went through the legal process and the dealing with the feds. But now here we are 12 years later, and I think everybody's waking up just how corrupt our government is. So I'll leave it at that. Anyway, so I oftentimes let people know actually, proactively. This wasn't, it was proactive, but not right up front before I sent any paperwork in. Frankly, I didn't even think about it. But what I'm saying is one of those things where that's something, and that's part of my past that I'm not ashamed of. I'm not embarrassed by. I don't hide. In fact, my wife's a little bit different than me. I'm kind of an open book. She's not so much like that. And there's times I've brought it up that she kind of doesn't think I need to. It's not that she needs to hide it, but she just doesn't think it's necessary. And like I said, I do it based on just the way I feel about the situation or relationship or whatever. Because I would much rather, like I said, I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not afraid of this situation. Does it suck that I have a felony stuck to me the rest of my life? Absolutely. I often say that there's no doubt I could have gone to jail or possibly prison due to some of the stupid things I did when I was addicted to opiates. But this big old conspiracy case that I was thrown into, there's nothing I did to conspire to make deals happen for these double closes to take place, other than my guys did appraisals. And sure, we pushed them, but we had the data to justify what we pushed. And frankly, they funded off my guys' appraisals. It was, guys that worked for me that did them. They funded off those so that we know that the other ones were like 300,000 higher in value. So, it is what it is. Like I say, I got nothing to hide about it. I was never, I never hit it even right as it came out. And for the 18 months going through the legal process. However, there's a situation that's different. Somebody was in the exact same situation as me that I met while in prison. Great guy. We didn't know each other real well, but my company had done some appraisals for him, I guess, and his mortgage company. But I had never met him, never heard of him until I met him in prison. And then, I got home, I don't know, maybe a year before him. Our cases obviously had nothing to do with each other. In fact, not sure his was even a mortgage case. But anyways, a couple of years after he returned, we kind of became friends in there and got to know each other a little bit. He's just from a town at the time, just 8 miles from here where I'm at in Orem, Utah. And we were going to hook up with another friend to go to lunch. And the day that we were going to go to lunch, he called and said, "Hey, by the way, don't mention anything about where we met." And to me, that just was, dude, are you kidding me? First of all, there's no reason to bring that up, number one. But number two, what does it matter? That's the way I feel about it. Because, and I'm not trying to compare myself to him. That's not the point. Because regardless of how I choose to deal with it versus him, that has nothing to do with who we are as individuals. He's a great guy. But I felt bad because he's tap dancing around and always worrying about that. I know that has a negative effect on him. It could be just as simple as the energy maybe he feels in those situations. But whatever it is, it's stupid in my opinion. Like if you have to hide your past, that doesn't mean you have to advertise it. And sometimes, I maybe bring it up at times that I don't need to, or a little too much, but who defines that? I don't know. And I don't care. My point is that sucks that he has to tap dance around and make sure he doesn't slip up, or make sure someone he's with doesn't slip up, or that he has to make that call to tell somebody not to bring that up. Like if they don't, if they're going to judge you because of that and change the way they treat you, then shit, I'd want to know. You don't want them in your life anyway. Who are they to judge? I don't care who you are. We all go through crap. We all make mistakes. We all get, crap. Life throws us a bunch of crap. Oftentimes it's unfair, but it is what it is. I choose to own it. See, I have a belief that doesn't limit me there. And once again, this isn't judging him. This is just trying to show you kind of polar opposites. He has a belief that tells him he needs to hide it because, I'm assuming what he thinks, and that's not, necessarily fair, and it's probably, maybe isn't right. But once again, I'm just trying to make the point. He feels like he has to hide it because he's worried about what they will think. If you have friendships or business relationships that has to be hidden, those aren't real relationships anyway. So look at in your life the different beliefs that you have. Are they ones that you inherited just because of what you were exposed to growing up as a kid? And do they truly align with who you are and what you truly believe in based on information and research you've done yourself? I want to challenge you to take a look at that. Do the inner work. Look inside and challenge your beliefs. I think right now is the greatest time in history that we all should be challenging our beliefs. And these beliefs are not political, that I'm going to talk about here for just a minute. It's a political situation that took place, and I'm referring to our election. Okay. I want to challenge you on two different sets of beliefs that you may or may have. One, if you hate Trump, once again, this isn't about Trump or Biden, but I just want you to take a look at something. If you hate Trump, why do you hate him? Could it be because beliefs that have been created by what I call the nonstop assault on that man, our president, for 5 years? And then challenge the belief and ask yourself, why would the media do that? And then if you do some research, you can see interviews from people that have been blasting him the last 5 years, who treated him and told him, how great he was. They loved him. They appreciated the friendship they had in several cases. But what changed? And it changed the minute he came down that escalator. So that's something I would challenge you on. Why, if you despise him, why do you? Does it matter to you the accomplishments that a man had? Or do you throw all that out because you've learned to despise the man? Secondly, forget the political side of it. I want you to challenge your beliefs and look at, what did he truly do that was positive for you and your family and this country, that aligned with our Constitution, versus the many presidents, frankly, all the way back pre-JFK Jr. I want to challenge you to challenge your beliefs and do the digging and research to learn the true history and what's truly been going on in our government. Because to me, there isn't two parties. That's set up intentionally to create division, because there's just as many rhinos that were in DC that are swamp creatures as there are Democrats. The focus should be the question you need to ask yourself, based on the research I've done, that I definitely have factual data that can show a lot of the things that I'm talking about. There's some that I still have opinions or beliefs on that I can't 100% validate, but the situation is 100% about good and evil. We are in the fight of our lives right now in this country. And unless you're online checking things out and trying to find answers, you're going to be deceived by the mainstream media. You know, I'm kind of off topic, but it still is the same topic because it's focused on our belief systems. What limiting beliefs do you have that are holding you back from seeing truths? What limiting beliefs do I have that still are holding me back? See, because if you love America and you love the freedoms you've enjoyed and you believe in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, then you should freaking care, no matter Biden or Trump, that we have true and fair elections. And I believe, without a doubt, based on my research, that we haven't had a fair election for decades. They are selected, they are not elected, including Trump. You can do your research to find out what I mean by that, because this has been in the works since JFK was assassinated. We are in a huge spiritual war right now, and it's between good and evil. Throw out Trump, forget about the man, focus on and look at what does he believe in and what has he truly done for us and our children and our children's children's futures. And what's at stake right now? I'm telling you, I'm begging with you to challenge your beliefs regarding the situation. Go do your research. If you're paying attention and looking online and, reviewing videos and things that are out there, there's no doubt things are not normal. Why is DC a ghost town? Why is it vacant? I'm going to stop there because I can go on about this stuff for hours, and I want to keep it focused on beliefs because all that stuff still ties to our beliefs. What limiting beliefs do you have in your life that's not allowing you to go chase your dreams and become the successful business owner or entrepreneur that you have always wanted? Or what's the limiting beliefs, and you're already an entrepreneur or business owner, that's holding you back from achieving the success that you desire? Our beliefs they're a huge factor in our lives. And there's plenty that I have that still hold me back. There's no doubt about it. I just choose to always try to battle it and fight it and push through. And it's a constant battle, and I believe it is for our entire lives. So take a look, challenge yourself. You deserve all the happiness that our Creator has put us here to have. You deserve all the success. You deserve all the health, the finances, the relationships and family that you desire, that our Creator put us on this earth to have. And back to the other topic a little bit, if you do some digging, you're going to find we have been enslaved and the truth has been hidden. The truth about technologies that have been out there for a long time and hidden, the truth about what's good for us that allows us to be healthy, and the technology that's out there that allows healing that would blow your mind. I hope you're having a great day. I hope there's something I said today that has just stirred something inside you that will get you to go take a look at what you believe in, And if you believe in good over evil, and if you believe in our freedoms and our Constitution, and if you believe that no child should be harmed, abducted, or murdered, I'm pleading with you to go dig, bring God back into your life if he's not in your life, choose which side you're on, and we need to unite as a people, not only in this country, throughout the world. We do not have the racism that is continually shoved down our throats, that the media continues to push on us to say that we have. Are there racists? Absolutely. But we do not have a racism problem. Take a look at what happened in 9/11. How did we unite as a people? We loved and supported anybody and everybody we came in contact with. We came together. You can't tell me that there's hatred when something like that takes place. Now is the time to challenge your beliefs, to reclaim the life you deserve, and to reclaim the confidence and success that maybe you once had or that you desire. I hope you have a fantastic day. And as always, go make it happen.